One of the final stages in getting over a devastating breakup is reconciling the fact that someone cannot give you what they don't have. We see this play out in relationship dynamics time and time again, especially in those who have been in relationships with someone with a moderate to severe insecure attachment style, be it anxious or avoidant. Because many people get hooked on the idea of who this person could be, essentially dating someone's potential. And what's often a hard-learned lesson is people can only meet you at their level of emotional capacity. So if someone has never built emotional regulation skills, communication skills, healthy boundaries, the ability to sit with discomfort, the comfort in being accountable for their behavior, or have built the capacity to repair after conflict, then they cannot magically just show up into a relationship and offer you that. Now, that's not to say that any of us are perfect. None of us are. All of us can do better and work on these areas week in and week out. But what I am saying is if there is a phenomenally large gap in between what you need and what you expect in a relationship and the person that you have been seeing or who you are seeing, they are just so far removed from that and they have so much work that they need to do to be able to meet the bare minimum of your relational and emotional safety needs, then you are really entering into a dynamic where you are going to be dating someone's potential. It doesn't mean that either of you don't care about each other. It doesn't mean that either of you aren't worthy of each other. It simply means that they do not have the tools yet. Now, when we are in relationships, especially if we have a history of relational trauma, this is where true healing and growth comes out to play. It can be amazing for personal development, personal growth. Being in healthy relationships is one of the best things that we can have. But the flip side to this coin is being in unhealthy relationships can be one of the most destructive things for our physical health, our mental health, our psychological and spiritual health, everything. It can take a huge hit. So the main point of this is if you are dating someone and you have all of these needs and all of these expectations that are reasonable, that are healthy, and you are dating someone who you are very aware that they do not have the capacity to meet those needs, it's not really doing either of you a service in entering in and pursuing a relationship with that person because it's setting both of you up to fail. Again, doesn't mean that they are not worthy. It doesn't mean you're not worthy. It doesn't mean that no one cares about each other. It's just we need to go into relationships with a very high level of discernment as to what our expectations are, what our boundaries are, what our needs are, and then also how we can show up for partners as well.